Happy New Year! Okay, so it probably seems like I'm a month ahead of schedule. But not if we're talking liturgically, because today is the first day of the new liturgical year. A whole year of worship stands before us. Today is the first Sunday of Advent. Now, we often think about Advent as just the journey to the manger. We think that it starts on December 1st and it ends on December 25th. And we often think that way because that's how Advent calendars work. At the house, we have a couple Advent calendars. We have a tea Advent calendar that we love. We have one that we've made. At one point, I was given a beer Advent calendar. That was fun. But all of those are 24 days long, right? They start on the 1st and they end on Christmas. And because we're so familiar with that conceptualization of Advent, we think that Advent is just about metaphorically following the star and arriving on Christmas morning and observing the baby in the manger. And it is that. Absolutely it is that. This is a time where we prepare ourselves to receive Christ anew. And absolutely that should fill our meditations and that should fill our devotions. But we also need to recognize that Advent is more robust than just this quaint journey to the manger. The church has always held a dual focus of Advent. We look back at Christ coming in the manger, but we also look ahead to when Christ comes again. It is this vision of the future. And this vision of the future is actually what we hear articulated in our reading today. A reading from Isaiah has this beautiful depiction of what life will be like when Christ returns. And in the last day, Isaiah says, everybody will say, "Come, let us go to the mountain of God." Why? Because God is there. God has returned to be with God's people. God will instruct God's people, and then there will be peace. There's this fabulous vision of people will beat their swords into plowshares and their spears into pruning hooks, where conflicts cease and people don't learn war anymore, where there's no more division, there's no more violence, there's no more hatred. And this vision is what is articulated, and it is a vision that we look to as God's people. But Advent doesn't just stop there. Advent's not just about looking hopefully at a future and then sitting idly by, twiddling our thumbs, waiting for it to unfold around us. No, that vision of the future that we see in Isaiah, that vision of Christ's return that we claim as God's people, it informs our life today. So after declaring this vision of people saying, "Come, let us go to the mountain of God," and all of that entails, Isaiah turns and addresses the people of Israel and says, "Come, O house of Jacob, let us walk in the light of the Lord." Let us take that vision and live that out today. And that's the call of Advent for us. We take this vision of God's redemption. We take this vision of God's unyielding love for us. We take this vision of God's peace that passes all our understanding and divisions, and we live that out today, and we share it out. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about here at the cathedral this morning. And so I want to invite you to join us. You know, the celebration of Christmas is so much more rich if we take the time to journey through the Sundays of Advent and all that it articulates for us. So if you're in the Kamloops area, please come and join us here at the cathedral. We have two services every Sunday. We have one at 8 o'clock in our chapel, and we have one at 10 o'clock here in the sanctuary. Now, if you can't get out today, or if you are outside of the Kamloops area, you can still join us online. We live stream at 10 o'clock on our Facebook page. But wherever you are, may you know that God loves you. May you know that God surrounds you. May you know that the blessing of God are revealed in your life. Happy Advent.